Okay, I have a challenge. I'm gonna make an entire speedrunning video without synthwave music. Okay, go. Speedrunning has been a part of society for a while now. From the 90s with Doom and Quake to the modern day with Ultra Kill and Celeste. Speedrunning has been there throughout society. It has helped make great parts of communities with the most game-breaking and impressive stuff people have ever seen. This is a community that will constantly break the limits of what is humanly possible. This is a community that will not give up no matter how obscenely terrible the task is. This is speedrunning. Wait. So what really is speedrunning? In simple terms, game goes zoom. There's usually one main objective you gotta complete. If that's just beating the game, called any percent, beating the game with all achievements, which is called 100%, or... yeah. And if you do any of these fast, you have a speedrun. And there are so much runs you can choose from. On speedrun.com, there are 38,000 games on there. And from all of those, there can be 1 to literal dozens of categories. You could basically speedrun anything at this point. I'm a speedrun an addiction. Anything from RPGs to platformers to pencil sharpening, there's a speedrun for it. If there's a game you like, there's probably an entire community out there trying to break the game to speedrun it as fast as possible. And that would be like a good and happy world for what speedrunning is. But there are some people that just don't like the idea of a good and happy world and make speedruns as long as possible. Oh, and why do you do that? That kind of defeats the entire purpose of speedrunning, you may ask? Well, people just want to speedrun a game they like. If it's an endless runner, well, who cares? An example of this madness, Subway Surfers. Subway Surfers is a big thing on short-form content nowadays. Mainly in the US, it's just that mind-numbing content that can rot anyone's brain and makes you think we're doomed as a society. But in Brazil, it's different. In Brazil, people decide to do something called no coin runs. Basically, survive as long as possible without touching a singular coin. And Brazilians would post that on TikTok, and it would go viral. And from that short form content in Brazil on Subway Surfers no coin runs, everyone just collectively went, I want to do that. And so for most of 2023, Subway Surfers was the most sped ran game on speedrun.com, even beating Minecraft at its peak, because Subway Surfers was that popular in Brazil. Thousands of people were speedrunning it, and people were surviving without touching a singular coin for over 20 minutes. For reference, sometimes when I'm bored, I'll do Subway Surfers no coin runs, and so I've probably done it for a couple hours at this point. My best run, 2.5 minutes. People are surviving over 20. That is how much people care about getting speedruns like these. They will grind for that long simply to just get a good run. But mainly, speedrun is just a collection of people trying to beat games as fast as possible. Well, that was a long way of explaining Game Goes Zoom. Speedrunning has come a long way since the 90s. Speedrunning in the 90s was depressing. Speedrunning started even before the 90s. All the way back in 1980, there was one of the best speedrunning games of that era. A game that changed speedrunning forever. Atari 2600 Dragster. Grab some popcorn, this is great! So basically, if you got a score under 6 seconds in Atari 2600 Dragster and sent it to the Atari team, you would be a new part of the world-class Dragster Club. That was basically the nerdy equivalent of a Cool Kids Club. And after that, basically nothing happened in speedrunning until the mid-90s. Although some people say the Nintendo Power World Championships was the next big step towards speedrunning. If you look at it for 1 second, it is not speedrunning. It is a head-to-head competition to see who can get the most points. Or if you want to know what stands by that definition, esports. Those are two entirely different things. I mean, if I make an esports video, I'll add the Nintendo Power World Championships to it. Back to what I was talking about. Starting in the 90s, there were 3 big things that would end up changing speedrunning as a whole. And one game in 1993 was the first of 3 big things to change speedrunning to the way it is today. It's Doom time, baby! Doom was that one game where people started thinking, okay, you can beat this game, but can you do it fast? Most achievements and challenges done in that game have already been done. Even the ones that used to be considered very difficult, like the Tyson challenge, were considered not to be too difficult anymore. So people decided, do it quickly! And on complete accident, Doom created the competitive aspect on speedrunning through demo files. Basically, these demo files were the 90s equivalent of capture cards. You could record gameplay, play back gameplay, and send it to the internet to show how bad you are at doing any major skip in that entire game. This was revolutionary, at least for the dev standards that added this to see some silly, goofy gameplay clips. The devs did not think the clips would be full of people going Mach 5 and breaking the game they spent years on. Eventually, online forums and even speedrunning sites would emerge for people to help each other and make the game even more broken, and so they could go even faster. Later into the 90s, there was a small yet thriving community with speedrunning, eventually going to games like Quake and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It seems like the speedrunning community was doing all fine, and its popularity kind of came to a standstill. It's a new millennium. People are enjoying life. Y2K ended up not happening. Sorry, believers.
Well, where's the explosions?
And the speedrun community has been at the same place it's been for the past few years. That wasn't until 2003, where the second of the 3 big things that made speedrunning popular happened. In 2003, a person by the name of Morimoto uploaded a speedrun of Super Mario Bros. 3 at a time of 11 minutes and 3 seconds. This quickly went viral around the entire internet, and it shocked speedrunners and non-speedrunners alike. This impressed so many people that for many speedrunners, even to this day, their introduction to the hobby was that exact video. They could just connect tricks seamlessly and could do every glitch with no problems at all. This inspired thousands of people to be the best at their favorite game, to be more like him. Oh, that's why so many people cheat now. The description of this video soon got updated, saying that that entire video was a tool-assisted speedrun, known as a task. That means if he made a mistake, he didn't have to go back and reset the entire run or go ahead knowing that he lost like 5 seconds, missing a glitch. He could just go back a second, do it again, and do it again and again until he gets it right. That's why it looked so perfect at the time and everyone was so impressed. When this got updated saying it was a task, everyone just thought he was basically openly admitting to cheating. Mainly because he didn't actually put it there before, saying that it was a task. Tasks weren't seen as it is today. While today people see tasking as what is the best a human could possibly ever do, along with also being content farms for speedrunning YouTubers. All the way back in 2003, people just saw it as he was openly admitting to cheating. But the damage has already been done. There's now an entire new wave of speedruns in the community, constantly pushing the limits as well as the people that joined back in Doom. In the next few years, new progress emerged in making this a proper community. There's now a mainly definitive site for speedrunning called Speed Demos Archive, and now there's also verification systems made so people that are advanced in the community can check if they're cheating or not. Nothing's been safe since the incident. And people are getting more and more mentally insane by the day as they discover game-breaking glitches that save less than a second and then spend thousands of hours so they can just save a few seconds and go a few places higher on the digital leaderboard while they contemplate their life choices staring in front of a screen in a darkly lit room. Yeah, speedrunning is a depressing hobby. In the true basics of it, speedrunning is really just a person in front of a screen just trying to play games quickly. But there was one thing in the 2000s that planned to fix this and make speedrunning something that's a lot less depressing and made speedrunning a lot more mainstream as a whole. Live streaming. You can basically show your gameplay to others live as you can entertain them and they can maybe even give you tips on how to go even faster. With this one tool alone, it went from a depressing hobby to a depressing hobby with extra steps. And with live streaming, speedrunning had formed a giant community where everyone's trying to help each other just to be the best. New things constantly started popping up after this. There's a lot more times in speedrunning where instead of just grinding for hours a day, people are just deciding to mess around with the game now. Around this time, YouTube emerged, making a new easiest way to send videos to the public. And not only do people send speedrunning clips and strategies to that site, there's now speedrunning YouTubers like Smollett and Point Crow that try to make speedrunning a lot more entertaining. And starting in 2010, Games Done Quick, otherwise known as GDQ, was founded. Started by the people that made Speed Demos Archive, this would gather the entire community once or twice a year and have all the top speedrunners show like new stuff they found and making an overall good time. I do recommend watching one of these. It's truly some of the best and most heartwarming stuff the entire community has to offer. And with that, the speedrunning community is now where it is today. It's basically thriving. I wonder what is actually happening in the speedrunning community today.
No. Wait.
Modern speedrunning is basically just a whole lot of chaos. If you look on speedrun.com, the main site for speedrunning now, you will see two types of games people speedrun. For one, there are some masterfully crafted games with the devs having speedrunning in mind every single step of the way. Every single day they go through, they think, would this work for speedrunning? And just make it perfect for the community. And then there are the games that people just go, hee funny. As I'm writing this, on the most spedran page on speedrun.com, there's Minecraft Java Edition, a beloved game with years of history behind it, some of the most dedicated speedrunners you'll ever see, in a community that's undoubtedly a good it's a community. In that game, in players speedrunning it, is next to a game where you click states. Basically, speedrun.com is just a children's playground now. I mean, there are still some serious games like Minecraft or Celeste, but most games are now just speedrun it because it's rather goofy, or some person wants to get a world record in something without even trying. Basically like a children's playground. Wait, or it kind of sounds like Guinness World Records if you think of it. It's overall chaos, but there's still some hope. A lot of the most spedran games on speedrun.com are still some of the best, and they have great communities. Mostly. But even with that, there's a problem. For most of the top games on the leaderboards, everyone on the top has gotten so crazily advanced with their skills that any human being with a life is nowhere close to being the best. Lucky for you, I don't have a life. Okay, do this then. Yeah, so this was meant to be like a nice little goofy skit, but this unironically took me way too long to do this random simple gap.
My goodness, jeez. Yeah, let's go.
There. I did it. That's considered one of the more easy moves of the run. Okay, what? This is one of the main problems with modern speedrunning. This community is great, and they've pushed the limits of what is humanly possible in so many games. And those games fear me now. In any game that's semi-popular, there's going to be a trick that only a select few can do. And I do mean a select few. There's a trick in Super Mario Odyssey called Dino Skip, where you skip Dino Skip. What you have to do is you have to do a barrage of near frame-perfect jumps, land on a ledge that is a few pixels, immediately jump off of it again, then do a barrage of near frame-perfect jumps again. And then you save 2 seconds. Another example here. You know that one trick in Celeste I was failing constantly to earlier? That so-called easy trick? Yeah, well, rather obviously that's a pixel-perfect gap. I mean, you're facing through a wall. What do you expect? Well, in the world record route, that is used several, if not dozens of more times. And the worst thing about it is the one that I did at least has a setup for it. Well, forget having a setup in all the other ones. You're just flying through the air, hoping that you'll phase through a wall, hoping that the walls just proceed to not function. And don't even get me started on a trick called Corner Boost that's used several times in the run as well. Yeah, don't get me started, look it up. Even if you try to find a more simple game, like let's say Subway Surfers in this case, in that run where you try to survive as long as possible without getting a coin, there is a trick where you have to throw yourself into a train faster than the trains themselves, probably giving yourself a concussion. And then right after your face smacks into a train and your brain is dead, you have to basically levitate and jump off of thin air, hoping you do not get a singular coin. You know, earlier I said I've spent hours grinding this run? Well, I still only get that trick once every 3 tries. And that is only one of the tricks used. There's another trick I still can't even comprehend. You know those parts in Subway Surfers where all 3 rows are just covered in coins? Yeah, one of the tricks you can do is swipe left and right at the speed of sound and at a level of consistency that I still don't think humans can do. And it's not like I'm bad at consistency or anything. I played Geometry Dash. I've played several hard consistency challenges. But when I see that thing, I'm ready to pull out a CAPTCHA. Okay, at this point, why do people do any of this? Why do people spend thousands of hours just to shave off a second or two? Why do people find this fun? Why do people speedrun in the first place? Okay, to find out why people enjoy speedrunning, I have 2 plans of action. The first plan of action is to interview some top speedrunners while they are speedrunning. See what they think of it while they are doing it, while it's fresh in their mind. Second plan of action, go all in. I'll find a speedrunning category and grind it for a week or 2, and I'll see how speedrunning may appeal to some random person that watches YouTube videos for too long. It doesn't really contribute to society in any way, shape, or form, and instead play some goofy games and makes YouTube videos I know dang well no one's gonna watch nor really care for at all. Now that there's a plan of action, time to do it. First plan, interviews. As someone who's been on the field for years, and by that I mean 6th grade history class, I know how to do this. I know how to do stuff like this in the best and most effective way possible. Twitch chat. Basically, what I'm going to do is go into their Twitch chat, type the same question for every single person, and hope that they notice and give a genuine response. And oh boy, did they respond. Roll the clip. Get thousand likes then.
So why do you speedrun? What makes you enjoy it?
Why do you speedrun? What makes you keep doing it?
Why do you speedrun? What makes you enjoy it?
For video, why do I speedrun?
I just love the sense of accomplishment every time I beat.
I guess. Like being good at video game.
I just enjoy speedrunning, I guess. That's all there is to it.
It's pretty fun. I mean, I got like nothing else to do. Getting PBs is pretty fun.
Kind of cool to just play this game so clean, I guess. It's just fun.
I've always been somebody that enjoys improving.
Play my favorite games, and I enjoy it because of the constant self-improvement.
I like to pushing the boundary of human performance, specifically like being the best in the world at something, is really cool. Hopefully that answers your question.
Why do I speedrun? What makes me enjoy it? Well, it's actually because I hate myself. So...
And that's a wrap with the experiment. Basically, everyone had their own reason on why they enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. But here's the problem. Those are all top speedrunners. And a lot of their reasons were actually because they liked pushing the boundaries because they were at the top. So what would it be for a person like me, some random person who watches YouTube videos too much and does not contribute to society in any way, shape, or form? Shut up. Okay, there are 3 parts to this plan. First part is find a run that I like. Second part is to find a good time limit that would be the best goal for the run. Third part, grind it. Okay, first step, find the run. Okay, I've just got one thing to say. Why is there a Google snake on here?
It's 14 seconds. How is it 14 seconds? Okay, no Roblox. You have gotta be kidding. Okay, so it does that. Is there any game? No.
Can I speedrun any of your games? I don't have any of them. Give me at least one run, okay?
It's nearly an hour now. I thought it was just over. It's nearly an hour.
It's been 3 days. I'm thinking of hanging Kirby. I will find a speedrun. I will find a speedrun. Just find one game. My fellow citizens, I need a game to speedrun now, okay? Okay, it's fine. I'll just never find a game to run. Okay, fine. One more time. I found it. Now that I found that run and set a goal for under 10 minutes simply because it sounded cool, it's time to grind the run. Geez, how do speedrunners survive this? The first day was the longest day I spent on this, and by far the worst. For the first bit, I probably learned the most important trick of the run. That one trick where you go around that giant wall to get to the Sphinx. Yeah, that one. This trick isn't that hard for most people. The problem is it's in the last 30 seconds of the run. But surprisingly, I got it down rather quickly and rather consistently at that. There. I bonked though. After finding where all the hint art is, I was ready to start my first run. I was not ready to start my first run. Jeez. In this run, I quickly go to the very first trick, which is a simple triple jump to save you like 3 seconds. I failed it. It's a simple triple jump. And also, something to note here is before I started doing runs, I was playing Celeste mods a lot on an Xbox controller. So switching to a Switch controller was fun. After suffering some more, and some more, and some more, jeez, I have a problem. I survived Cap Kingdom. Barely. Moving on to Cascade Kingdom, I did kinda bad. Except kind of bad for that run. That is considered amazing, apparently. Jeez. And then I went to the 2D segment. I will forever be mad at this for the rest of my life. There is a moon right in that direction. After I'm now suffering watching this, we go to the most annoying segment in the entire run. Madame Brood. In a normal playthrough, this boss isn't that bad. It's the second boss in the game. But in a speedrun, if you make one tiny mistake, you lose several seconds. And for a run that is only 10 minutes or less, that is so annoying. And what did I do to combat this? I nearly died. I was so bad at this game, jeez. And after nearly giving myself a literal heart attack, and then realizing my mistake and being super dumb and not collecting that one singular moon, I finally finished Cascade, jeez. Now it's time for Sand Kingdom, the final kingdom of the run. Oh look, I already failed the 10-minute mark. Sand Kingdom should be simple. You get one hint art, you get another hint art, you do that one trick where you jump around that big wall to get that one Sphinx. And then you teleport back to the shop and be a creep, finishing the run. And to proceed to be a creep, you should have 1,000 coins, which you should have through doing normal tricks of the run. Should be simple, right? Now how do I get extra coins? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. So I ended up not getting enough coins and hastily having to go through the main story of the game, collecting coins along the way, then teleport back to the shop again and proceed to be a creep with losing like 2 minutes. And with that, I proceed to get a first run of more than 13 minutes. What was I on that run? Jeez. After that monstrosity, I decided to actually learn a route. I found out there's some ways in Cap Kingdom to get a bunch more coins. I found out how to do Fast Topper. He still fears me to this very day. After that, and a few minor adjustments, I decided to practice the tricks a bit, and in that run, I think I went genuinely faster than the first run. It was that bad. Then I finally went for another run, and I actually did pretty good. Yeah, I was still a bit rusty, but like, I did Fast Topper. I actually had enough coins when I went into shop, and after that I got a time of 11:05. Yeah, I was still kind of bad. And then after that I watched a video and learned how to make Mario go Mach 5, and that was the end of the first day. And then when the next day arrived, I was ready to do more runs. And then I tried to learn one of the most difficult yet game-breaking tricks of the entire run. Fossil skip. This is full of super precise jumps, especially the wall kick where you can only do off of a few pixels, and the dive where you basically have to go in blind and hope you land. Basically, it's a very difficult trick. And so my main goal for that day was to get it down and get it consistent. About getting it down and getting it consistent, this took me forever to do. It was through a lot of pain and trying to learn all of this out of a YouTube video of someone doing it. Not even a guide, just someone doing it. It took literal dozens of attempts, but after all that, I got this. Yo, I got it! Let's go! I ended up never using this trick in a full run. After that, I proceeded to learn a bunch of other movement tricks and get genuinely good at them. My iPhone storage said otherwise. Yeah, so around this time, I was having trouble with my iPhone storage, so every practice from now on is not on camera. I still recorded runs though, obviously. And I did get some pretty good runs. I got a 1035 off camera, and when my camera started working again, I got a 1015. I was getting ever closer to a sub 10 minute run. At that rate, I could get it in a literal day. And that very next day, I got this run. Do. Okay. And I went back to shop with 15 seconds left. Then this happened. Okay, go. Go. Oh god, this is close. No! 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 Yeah, that is 10:03. Okay. Okay. That's evil. Yeah, I was dumb and got a 10:03 off of that. Yay! And after that, I didn't do runs for a few days. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of because of my iPhone storage proceeding to not work, but it also was kind of because I was pretty demotivated. It did suck knowing that I would have to grind for a few more hours simply to get like a 3-second time save. And so, for those few days, I stopped. Then I got a flash drive and I had no excuse, so I did a few more runs. And I was in a pretty goofy mood that day, so I went straight into a run, cause why not? And not even 2 minutes into the run. What? Okay. Welcome to What Did This Goofy Goober Do? I'm turning this into a game show. Why not? Is it A, did he leave because he was only 2 minutes into a run and he wanted a warm Butterburger from Culver's? Or was it B, did he keep going and doing that run knowing dang well his Butterburger from Culver's is going to get cold? Put in your answers now, see if you got it correct. And it's... trick question, it's C. I played the best Mario Odyssey I've ever played in my life, and used the burger as motivation so I could continue to have a warm burger even after I completed the run. I got a 10:01 from this, with no practice in several days. Apparently, if you want to get a good speedrun, just order a burger, and then you instantly get a good speedrun to not have your burger get cold, apparently. We just found a new hack, saves 20 seconds off of any run. Top speedrunners across the globe are using this. And if you're wondering, yes, the burger was still warm after I did the run. The fries were sadly cold though. And after doing this monstrosity, I knew sub 10 minutes was in sight. I knew that tomorrow, I would take off Mario shirt at Mach 5 and get sub 10 minutes. And that very next day, I got this run. Okay, I'm gonna play a bit more risky. The entire run, again, was down to teleporting back to shop. And then this happened. Please. Ah, yes! I did it! Yeah! 9:56, let's go! Yeah! Finally. Jeez. I ended up doing it. I got the sub 10-minute run I was doing for way too long. And then I went and had a hot dog. Overall, speedrunning is a huge part of gaming. It has some of the best communities, some of the worst communities, has some of the greatest moments in gaming, some of the worst moments in gaming, some of the most weird and incredible stuff you've seen, and then Subway Surfers. How I think of it overall, I'll just let past me explain this. Okay, I guess I gotta do it here. This looks cool. So, mainly, I guess, thoughts on speedrunning and stuff. I guess if you're into a certain game, speedrunning is pretty cool, because I like Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey's fun. I've collected, like, what? Like, I actually need to check. I have 775 moons. There's only 880 in the entire game. I say I could see what other people are thinking, especially just Tyrone, the Mario Odyssey speedrunner, like, the Mario Odyssey speedrunner. He said, like, it was really fun to get, like, a new PB and stuff, and that was, like, probably one of the best parts, and I do agree. You just grind and aim to get, like, a new PB, or some other goal, so for me it was sub 10 minutes. And yeah, even though it takes a lot of hard work, it's fun. I hope you like surviving through me talking about this for way too long. If you have any suggestions, I'm still learning stuff, so if you have any suggestions, just tell me. And now I'm gonna have to find some music for this video. Wait! Oh, I turned off the lights on accident.